What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for coming back to Pinch of Soul Cooking. This is your girl, Patrice. We're in the kitchen today doing something different. We're making a quarantine feast. All right, everybody is staying in the house. Don't nobody want to go out there and get sick or, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and stay inside and make a big old meal. We're doing it Thanksgiving style. So first, we're going to start off with the dressing. Alright, we got our meat. This is turkey legs right here. They're right on the stove, simmering right now, starting to get to a little bit of a boil. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my seasonings here now. So not a whole lot of things going in right at this moment, but we're going to go ahead and put in some onion powder. And this is all about your discretion, okay? You got to figure out which you like to use, which your favorite things to put inside of, your meats, okay? But this is just, like I said, this is how we do ours here. So that was onion powder. And make sure you have your seasonings in order here, okay? Garlic powder, we're gonna put some of that inside of here. And this is all just to give this, a good flavor, okay? Because we're gonna take this turkey out, we're gonna shred it up, and we're gonna use the liquid that's left in here as the broth for the dressing, okay? So I'm gonna add in one of my favorites, garlic pepper. Just a little bit of poultry seasoning. Oops. Okay. Some black pepper. Then I'm going to add in bouillon cube. Okay, now this is the kind that I'm using here. I think that's good focus right there. So this is what I'm going to be putting in there, okay? I'm going to drop in one right now. And as we go along, I actually taste my broth, so I'll see what it tastes like a little bit later on after this is done cooking up some more, and then we'll go from there. All right, so then we're just gonna go ahead and just give that a little stir. All right, at this point, you see it's nice and dark in color. I'm gonna come over here and add in just a little bit, not a whole lot, of my mixture that I have cut up of my onions and my celery. That's my oven going off. Getting ready to put stuff into the oven. So that's the like I said, the onions and celery here, and I have my bag of green bell peppers. I'm going to go ahead and add some of those in. Okay, and give that a stir up and let that continue cooking. Okay, the next part of this process for my dressing is sauteing up these vegetables. So I'm gonna put in, it's gonna seem like a lot, but trust me, this is amazing, okay? So we're gonna add in a whole stick of butter. So that's a half a stick, okay? Remember, that's only a half. So this is the other half. And that makes a whole stick of butter, okay? Get them both in there, and what we're going to do is add in the vegetables and let this get sauteed down. Okay, so we got that in there. That's going to go ahead and melt down, and what we're going to do is we're going to do this until basically the vegetables become translucent. All right, this is perfect. Okay. All right, this is also good to go. It's done. If you see, so this is what I want it to look like. It's starting to separate from the bone. So I'm gonna take these out the water, out this pot, and let this meat cool down so we can shred this and put this inside of our dressing. Okay, this is the part where it's gonna get interesting. Okay, so I had these 2 pieces left over just a couple days ago. I'm gonna actually use these pieces inside of my mix for my dressing. Okay, I made this cornbread last night. Okay, because I knew what I was gonna be doing with it today. That's what I tell people. Sometimes you have to kind of just do some stuff ahead of time. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Let me get a something to go in with this. Okay. We have a lot that we are about to do right now. I just want to get in here and get this kind of going. We're going to take this stuff out of here and crumble this all up, okay? You use what kind of cornbread you want to use. If you want to use Jiffy Mix, you use Jiffy Mix. If you want to make it from scratch, you make it from scratch. However you want to do your cornbread, but that's how we're going to do it, okay? So let me just tell you what we're going to be putting in here. So we have, of course, the main thing is the cornbread. Over there you saw me, I had turkey legs going, so these are right now sitting here cooling off. We're going to add those in there, which is also the broth that we were cooking up inside of that pot. We're going to use that. I showed you the sauteing of the vegetables with the butter. We're going to also be putting that into our mix as well. And we also have some salt, kosher salt that I have back here. We also have some black pepper. We have garlic pepper, onion powder, rub sage, garlic powder, red pepper, some thyme. I'm going to be using also in there. This is a garlic and herb. I just like using this one inside of these kind of, I want to say comfort dishes. It gives off a great flavor. This is from Pampered Chef. I'll post a link for that if you want to try that out. Also some poultry seasoning. And then I'm going to add in 2 eggs. I'm going to scramble those up and add those in. At the end of it, we have some cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, and cream of celery soup. Okay, of course this is optional. If you want to make your own, you absolutely can do that. We're just going to go ahead and use a can today. Some people say they don't like mushroom. However, you're not going to even taste this in it, but you can eliminate this if you want. You can just use 1 can of one. You can use all 3. You can use just 2. Whatever you want to do. This is going to be your own dish. Okay, so I'm going to remove this bling right here right now and get these rings off. 1 and the 2. Oh, this one is a hard one to get off. It's always harder to get off. Okay, I'm gonna set these right here so I can make sure I remember where they are. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I have 2 different bowls over here because I'm gonna have to use 2 different dishes for this. So no, we're not dishes, but I'm gonna use 2 aluminum tins. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just start grabbing this out. Okay, and just putting them in the bowl. That's it. I didn't do this evenly. I've just now realized that, but that's okay. So we have this one here. Okay, and then we have, I'm gonna put this over in this bowl over here. I'm only gonna do one on camera, okay? And I'm gonna do the rest of the other one, okay, later. So I'm gonna put this over here. And this one looks like I said it's more in this one. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see, yeah. These 2 right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just dump those 2 over in this one. All right, this is where you get your hands. Make sure your hands are clean and you just get on up in here, okay? All right, so we got these crumbled up, right? So remember, I'm gonna go about this. Remember the vegetables I did? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take out half of it, because remember the other half I'm gonna put into the other thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there now. I'm gonna do both of them right now. See how much is in this one. Okay, that's good over here. And then over here, I'm going to go ahead and add in the rest of this. Okay, the vegetables. along with the that butter, right? On the stove, I went on here. Remember the mixture we were doing for the turkey? That is actually, I put in some chicken broth in there to kind of like give it some more, you know, broth. All right, so we're gonna just mix this in here, just like this. Okay. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in my seasonings, and then I'm gonna start checking, you know, basically hacking away at our turkey meat, okay, to get that in there. So starting off now, we're gonna go ahead and add in, I'm gonna do the salt and pepper last, okay. With this garlic pepper, we're gonna add in. Now this is all about your taste buds. I kind of know about how much I like to use, so this is just me eyeballing it. Okay, so now this is some onion powder. Okay, the sage is open. This is the open one. So sage. All right, and this right here you don't want to use a lot of because this is kind of strong, but I love it though. Okay, that's all you need for that. I'm gonna taste this also. Garlic powder, and that's the other thing. Make sure you taste things so you'll know what you need to add or take out. No, not take out because you can't take out the seasoning, but what you need to add or don't add no more of, I should say. All right, so this is the red pepper flakes. Just adding a little heat to it, just a little bit. This is the thyme, which, wow, this isn't even open. Not this one. Okay, that's interesting. Open that up with a little knife. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and add in some of this. Okay. About that much, okay? We'll see what it's tasting like in a little bit. I don't want the time to overpower the flavor of it. All right. This is the garlic and herb that I told you about. I'm gonna add some of that in there. Okay. And this is all about you using flavors that you like, right? This is the poultry seasoning. I'm gonna add some of that in there. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the salt and pepper. And the salt, because I'm using this big old thing here, I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in my hand like I did with my macaroni and cheese. Okay, like so, and pepper. Okay, now I know the pepper gonna make me sneeze. Go ahead and just mix all that up together. Mix it all in. Okay, just like this. Alright, I'm doing it in a bowl first, and then I'm going to transfer it over to my aluminum tin foil pan. Okay? Yeah, get this out the way, this is bothering me. Alright, so here we go. With the soups, we're going to go ahead and add these in there. Okay? Now what I'm doing is I'm going to add only half because I have this other one I'm going to do. So this one first is the cream of celery. Okay, get that out. That's half. Okay. Let me open up just open up the rest of these real quick. Okay. So cream of mushroom, cream of chicken. Okay. Excuse me, oh man. That pepper. Whew. All right. So this is the cream of mushroom. Adding that in, half of that, and then the cream of chicken, okay, half of that. Okay, now what we're gonna do is just go ahead and mix these all in here. Again, this is how I make mine. You know, you make yours any way that you want to make yours. You know, like I said, you can use jiffy cornbread mix, or what's that crust? I don't know if that's the word is. Whatever cornbread mix you want to use. Okay, you can make it from scratch. You can do that. I've seen people go and get the stuffing, like bread that they have already done up for you. You can do it that way, and then just add in your own, you know, stuff inside of there. Okay. Now this is where the broth is about to come into play, because you see how I'm mixing it and it's like really thick. I don't want it to be that way. And plus it's gonna also give it some, you know, it's gonna help give it some flavor, and it's gonna also help it to be not so dry, because I don't like the dry dressing. Okay, so I'm gonna grab that from over here. It's nice and hot. Okay, so all we're gonna do is just pour some of this in here. Okay, all right. You might need some more in a little bit, but for now, this is good. Okay, because I'm about to go ahead and shred up this meat so we can add that in there. Ooh, my gosh, it smells so good, y'all. This smells so good. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, indeedy. All right, so, okay, we're done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this meat right on inside of here. Okay, my dog is gonna be so happy because when I did the meat, it left some skin and stuff. I'm gonna give that to her. All right, so we're just gonna mix this right on up in here like this. All right, and before I add in the egg, it's always gotta taste it. And so we got that all mixed in there, just so you can have a few pieces of turkey meat when you're actually, you know, eating this. So this is how I like it. So let me go ahead and get a spoon. And we're just gonna taste a little bit of this so we can see what the seasoning is. That girl's mom. Oh, that girl good right there. Now, with this one, I'm gonna add in a little bit more black pepper and some more what you call that? Red pepper flakes, just to give it some more heat. I wish I would have had some white pepper. That would have set this off, but we don't have that, so we're gonna have to work it with be half. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead. I have this bowl here. I'm gonna crack this egg. Let's put it in there. Sorry, I had the egg over here. Okay, crack that egg, put it inside of there. It looks good. Take, oops, I didn't get a fork, y'all. Take this fork, mix it up a little bit, like so. And just add it in there, okay? It has some turkey meat in there, it's fine. So from there, we go ahead and mix this in. Like I said, you don't have to add an egg in there. I've seen people who add a boiled egg, they boil the egg and then they chop it up. I've never done that before. I've never seen it. I mean, I've never heard it like that. I've seen the people do it like that. I don't know. You can even take breadcrumbs and, you know, take a piece of bread, pop it in a toaster, and throw that inside of your mix if you want to. That's all up to you. Again, it's all about your flavors and what you want to add to yours, okay? So let me get this aluminum pan, and we're gonna add that in there. All right, let's go ahead and drop this down into this pan. This is how I made it, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and make the other one and get these into the oven, and you'll see how they turn out at the end, okay? I want to make sure I tell you one quick safety note. Please, if you're going to add your egg, please make sure you already taste it. Once you add that egg, don't go in there tasting that, because that's raw egg, okay? So I'm done with this. We're going to go ahead and cover this up. Okay, with some aluminum foil. Like so. I'm going to poke a few holes in here. Okay, like so. Okay, and put this in the oven at 350 degrees. I'm going to check this after 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this done up and then get this all cleaned up, and we'll be coming back and showing you what the results look like.